Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Avila, and for this assignment we were talking about cultures and how people can be biased towards different cultures. So the way I see culture is I am pretty open-minded when it comes to culture. My husband actually joined the military for the freedom of culture, and he's a strong believer that everybody should have their own beliefs and do whatever they please and worship whatever they want to worship. And I also am a strong believer in that. And I think that it is important for us as a community to really accept different cultures and as a society nowadays, because I feel like it is important for everybody to be able to express themselves and really truly feel comfortable with what they're worshiping and the practices that they do every day. Now, this doesn't mean that there isn't people out there that have stereotypes or biases between a different culture that's not their own. And I can honestly agree or put myself part of that group of people, even though I do believe that everybody should have their own culture and everybody should express themselves through their culture. There is a culture that for me I've never really understood and never really took the time to understand. So for what I did for this weekend, I decided to join a service for a Christian group, and this was a Christian church, and I attended a service for Christianity. And the reason why I did this one was because it's a culture that I have a lot of biases towards, because I've experienced and been around a lot of people that have been Christian, and I've just had like a bad taste in my mouth with this culture in specific because I didn't understand it. And till this day, I feel like without this experience, I would still not understand their culture and the reason why they do certain things. So what I did this weekend was I decided to join a Christianity and service and attend it today. And what I found interesting was that they're actually really similar to my own culture, and they do a lot of the same things, even though they are some similarities and some differences. Most of them were a lot of similarities. So I was able to really see and feel and be a part of that culture and what they do, how they worship their God. And basically another side as an outsider, and being able to experience this was a really life-changing experience, which now makes me see this culture a whole different way. I used to honestly think that it was filled with people that were hypocrites, that would do things that they wouldn't be doing in front of other people that were a part of their church and their culture, but they would do it behind closed doors because they don't want to look like a hypocrite or they don't want to be seen a certain way. But after joining one of their service, I definitely understand what they do, and I have a whole different perspective and respect for this culture. And I feel like those biases that I used to have towards that culture have now completely faded away, and I feel like I better understand their culture, and I know what they go through. I also understand how they worship their own and what they do just in order to move forward with, for example, something that they did was that they provided a prayer for any of those people that are battling with drug addiction, alcoholism, and other things like that, and also depression. So I really found that really amazing that they took the time out of their service to really just bring those people that were dealing with this and that have these, demons inside of them that they needed to, just pray. They needed extra prayers. So that was stood out to me the most about the whole service, how they took the time to really ask and see those people in their community and their culture and ask them to step out and really share. Or if they didn't feel like sharing, they just stepped out and they stood there with a group of people that really needed that extra prayer, for someone just to hear them out a little bit more, pray for them, and know what they're going through. Also, this also provided them the opportunity to seek that extra help that they needed for today, and just feel that extra strength that they needed from other people around them and in their community. So I found it really interesting to go look at that culture and be able to experience this experience with a whole different culture. Everybody that's different believes in different beliefs than me. And it was interesting to be able to experience that today and be a part of their community today. I feel like this, like I mentioned before, it opened my eyes to a lot of new things, and it also provided me a whole different perspective on this culture, and the bias that I had towards them I feel like is completely gone, and I no longer see them or have that stereotype of what they are, who these people are, or what they believe in, and basically all the other negative things that I had towards this culture have completely erased out of my mind, and I now see this culture as a whole different community, and I definitely want to keep going and exploring this culture a little bit more so that I can learn a little bit more about really more about this culture, and see if I continue to like it, and hopefully one day, and I don't know, maybe be able to experience it with somebody else and see a different perspective as an outsider and as a person that's inside as well. Thank you.